What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Lee, and you're tuned into another episode of Faith Music Fitness. And today I want to actually share with you a quick word that God gave me pertaining to relationships. And He actually gave me this word in the midst of doing laundry. So hopefully I can illustrate this to you the way that God showed me. So as I'm sitting here, putting all of my clothes away, and particularly I'm at the part where I'm, matching all of my socks. And so as I look, I have, several different socks laid before me out here on the floor. And I started thinking, I was like, oh, okay, I'm really ready to get this over with. I don't like doing laundry, so I'm ready to get it done. And as a result, I started wanting to match socks together that are not necessarily matches, but they look similar enough to one another. And I know that I have another load in the washer machine. So what that means is, obviously, there could be the exact match in the washer machine, but because I'm impatient, because I'm being lazy, just, saying, okay, whatever, I'll put the closest things that look like one another together, even though they're not the actual true matches. And what God showed me is that that's what a lot of us are doing in our relationships. A lot of us are choosing people to be in relationship with that are close enough to what we desire in a best friend, or close enough to what we desire in a wife or a husband or a potential spouse, But what we're doing is we know the standards that God has given us, both spiritually, but also just our own personal convictions that maybe you want these specific traits in a husband or this specific trait in a wife. And instead of being integral and staying with that, what we oftentimes will do is get the closest thing that looks like it, the counterfeit, and just find a way to make that work. And so I could put these two socks together, and anyone from the outside would look and say, okay, they look similar. And it's close enough. They're both Adidas. They both have the same color scheme, but that's not the true match. And so the message today is that it's okay to sometimes have to sit in a group and be the odd one out that doesn't fit with every other one. It's okay to be singular and not be together with someone else, because I guarantee you'd rather be single, or you'd rather be without friends, or you'd rather be the odd one out than to be connected to someone that is not for you, than to be in a group. I know me personally, I'd rather be single and by myself than be committed for the rest of my life to someone who's not right for me. I would rather wait and have friends in a later season if God wants to take me through the season of purification and take me through a season where I don't have friends or have an abundance of people that I can call on and relate to. So I just hope that this encourages someone out there, because I know I'm not the only one. I know that there are lots of people out there who are compromising in their relationships for the sake of not being alone, and that are really settling in relationships where you're not sticking to your true values. So I really hope that it's amazing how God will give you a word through something just so simple. Obviously, I had my prayer time earlier this morning, but I wasn't looking for God to just give revelation. But it's amazing to me how He will take the simple things and explain to you much bigger things. So I pray that this encourages someone. I hope that through this, you'll not take it as just some simple 4-minute word, but really look at it and say, evaluate your relationships and see, have I been willing to be in relationship with someone? Maybe they're a Christian, but they're not really on fire for God the way that I desire for my spouse to be. Or maybe I, hang out with these people because they're my friends, but they don't really exhibit the characteristics of a friend that I'd like. They're close enough to it, but they're not the exact match. And I want to also put this disclaimer in there as well. I'm not at all saying that, in your friendships, in your relationships, that you're not going to have people who have flaws. Obviously, all of us do. But there's a difference between having emotional flaws that someone is working to, progress, than it is to have fundamental characteristics that are different. And that's the part that I'm saying, you need to evaluate. So, like I said, I hope that this encourages someone. And until the next video and the next time, peace.